Hello, Vedvalters. You're not going to learn any new strategies or get inspiration from this episode, but I did want to run a few things by you about something that we're going to try with the podcast and how it's going to affect you. This is your podcast after all, so we need to make sure that you're happy with the way we run it. So this conversation involves money. The Vedvalt, where you are listening to it right now, is a gift. We try to bring you ideas and conversations that can make our profession and your career better. And we feel that that is important enough that we don't want to restrict access to it. It needs to stay free. But making a podcast takes time, a lot of time. And time, as you know, is money, and money doesn't grow on trees. So we need to find ways to make our baby pay its own way. So how do we do this? Well, the first way, as you'd have heard in some episodes, is sponsorship. But I'm a bit funny when it comes to sponsorship. That's because, in a way, you pay when we do sponsored episodes. Because when you listen to the Vedvalt, or you watch a video on YouTube, or you scroll social media, you are paying with the most valuable currencies that you have: your time, your attention, and trust. And when you engage with us here, you are giving us your valuable time, attention, and trust. And we want to treat that as the precious commodities that they are. So what that means is that when it comes to sponsors, we're happy to accept the support of someone who's offering a service or a product that I would be happy to tell a friend about. Something that I know and have ideally used, and that I genuinely feel can make your life better in some way by knowing about it. So you will, from time to time, hear an ad. We hope that's okay, and we'll always be very clear that it is an ad. But there's another situation that we need to talk about. What if the guest that we're talking to has something that they sell to vets? See, it's inevitable that people who have interesting things to say about the vet profession will also sometimes be people who make a living from selling what they know or do to vets. And as our audience with the Vedvalt grows, having the opportunity to get exposure to you guys is becoming a good marketing opportunity. So how do we handle that? What do we do when somebody contacts us to say, hey, I'd love to talk about this topic on the podcast, and we feel that the topic is important and of interest to you, but there's the possibility of a conflict of interest. And do we charge people for the privilege of having access to you? So here's what we've decided. Number one, we will never have anyone on the podcast who is paying to be a guest. It would just get too ethically murky, and to be honest, it would be too tempting to say yes to guests who might not otherwise have been worthy of your ears, just because of the money. It also feels just a little bit prostitute-y. Decision number two, when we do have a guest with something to say that we think can add value to you, who also happens to have something to sell that you might be interested in, we are going to try something called affiliate marketing. So what does that look like? Not much different, really. But what we'll do is to give you a heads up at the start of the episode that there will be more details about the guest business at the end of the episode. Then you'll have your episode just like you used to. And at the end, we'll have a separate section where we will tell you more about the business and the product. And if you like the guest and you're interested in their product and you do decide to engage them, then we'll ask you to tell them that you heard about them on the Vedvalt. We'll try to get you some sort of a listener extra benefit of sorts if we can. And if money changes hands, they will give us a small percentage of that. Again, we'll always be very clear when we do have an agreement like this in place. I like this approach because it's above board. No temptation for me to be dodgy, and you choose where you spend your time, your money, and your attention. And hopefully we get to introduce you to some cool people and cool products. We'll try this out on our very next episode. So tell us what you think about this approach. Do you like it? Does it work? Is it weird? We're all ears. Okay? That's it. Enjoy your next episode.